What's first on the list?
Well, the first on the list
is
who we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, who are we? And this year we started the shows off as a prostitute.
We made our parents very proud.
Very proud.
Very proud.
Very proud. If you are ever an ASM, do not take on multiple hats because you will just run yourself ragged and you'll want to kill yourself. It's great.
Red Bull and cigarettes.
Okay, first episode.
Hey, we made it! Look at us go.
People who didn't believe in us.
Suckers.
Look where we are now. And we have a special guest joining us, our babysitter.
Also known as Harold.
Yay!
Hi.
He will hopefully be able to keep us on track and on task because we have a list of things we want to do today.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Oh, but I feel like we should. Round of applause.
Okay.
Now, for those watching video and not just audio.
Okay.
What's first on the list?
Well, the first on the list is
who we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, who are we? Okay.
Well, hey. We're
Hi.
Ray and Danny.
Yes, and this is hashtag Rome affiliated, but I have already been asked for the last week that our podcast has been up.
A week?
Where did you get the name from?
Well, first of all, we're actors, in
We
case
are.
you didn't know that.
Yeah.
And we do a play in Drumheller called The Badlands Passion Play.
Mm-hmm.
And this year we started the shows off as a prostitute.
We made our parents very proud.
Very proud.
Very proud.
Very proud.
We were Roman prostitutes.
Yeah. So when the stage management crew decided to call our tag Rome, we went, well, but we're Rome affiliated.
Mm-hmm.
Can we be Rome affiliated? And they went, okay.
And so we were known as Rome affiliated for our call tag.
Which was great.
Yeah,
We loved it.
we did.
We put
did
it on
very
our
much.
sweaters and
Yeah.
everything.
We hung out way too much backstage and
Oh,
on
man.
stage, and we just like clicked really well and bounced off each other with our jokes. We got left out in the sun quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had sunstroke.
Yeah,
Heat
there was
stroke?
a lot of times where they were doing stuff elsewhere on the
And we
stage,
were just
and they
left
just
to our
told us. Yeah, they just told us to stay up on our little tax booth.
We'll get to you.
So we just stood up there and made jokes and laughed and had a rare and good time.
Oh, yeah.
And
But we would focus when we needed to.
Oh yeah, for sure, because we're professionals.
We are
Yeah,
professionals.
Yeah.
We know how to turn it off and turn it back on again.
We were turned off quite a bit.
Very off. We were just left alone to our own devices for many hours in the sun.
And eventually that just accumulated to us being constantly on backstage, and some people made the comment that we would be really good in a podcast.
So we went for it.
Yep, we decided we would make that official, and we created
Hashtag Rome affiliated.
And here we are.
This is what I mean. We get on the same wavelength. We even do this in text messages.
We do.
We do, and it's terrifying.
It's especially interesting on text messages because you're not like in the room with each other, but like a text message comes in, and then right after that, the exact same text message from
you're
another
like,
person.
I
and
just
you're like,
said that.
I was literally typing that right now as we
Right now.
speak. It happens.
It happens.
When you're connected through.
The same wavelength. Harold's shaking his head at us like we're insane.
But yeah, that's basically the history behind hashtag Rome affiliated. We
We-
decided to keep it.
Yeah,
Blah,
because
blah.
it's cute and adorable, and it's us.
It is us. Yeah, because we're
Hashtag Rome
Rome
affiliated.
affiliated.
Hello.
How many times can we say the name in one episode? Hashtag Rome affiliated.
Rome affiliated. Be Rome affiliated.
Rome affiliated.
Hashtag
Rome
Rome affiliated.
Hashtag Rome affiliated.
Hashtag Rome
Rome
affiliated. A lot. I mean, we gotta like drive that point across.
Well, it
right?
is the episode about us.
Yeah.
So not like every episode is
No.
going to be at all about us at all. No.
No, not in the slightest.
But this
Just this one.
is the intro
This is
episode.
us.
Yes.
So, how did you get into acting? Because let's like do some background. Just so we
my
like
gosh. Okay. Literally, I knew I was going to
opening a
be.
can of worms.
I knew I was going to be an actor from when I was but a wee lass.
But a wee
Like it was just everything I ever wanted to be was that. I was always involved in shows and church and school and all that, and I always wanted to be on stage, and everybody told me that I was very magnetic and dynamic, and everyone just knew that I was going to do something to do with the stage. And I really enjoyed the theater and the live acting. I can't act in front of the camera. Don't let this thing fool you. I hate the camera when
Except
it's
that she lies. I've seen her clips.
of what?
Well, you posted videos on your Instagram when you were doing like self-tapes and stuff when you were in Victoria.
Oh, yeah. That's like
So
silly
don't lie
little
to me.
TikTok thing.
Don't lie to me, Ray.
That's a lot different than acting in front of the camera. Also, I find acting in front of the camera just like really taxing in a different way because it's just like constantly cutting and redoing the same thing, where theater is live and it's dynamic and it's exciting.
It's in the moment.
And stage stuff is just it's so much more enjoyable. So yeah.
Agreed.
So then I went from there to doing my schooling in Lethbridge, and I got my Bachelor of Dramatic Arts. And from there, I've just been doing all sorts of things that have to do with acting. So yeah.
That's great.
And then what about you?
Oh boy. So I went to a small school. So I started with our drama club when I was like 11. My favorite role I ever got to play in that was I got to be Lucy from like Charlie Brown.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I got to yell at Charlie Brown that the snow came up instead of coming down from the sky. That was great. And then I don't know. I've just kind of stuck with it. We didn't really have like formal drama stuff in school because I went to a small rural school. So what drama we did have, I kept, and then I found the passion play because of the school we had. And now I'll be, oh my God, this is hard. I have been there for 15 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And people are like, how? I'm like, I love it. The people, and like you said, it's the being in the moment and being, like it's way better than I've done film acting. I've been in Heartland in the background. I've done, what else have I done? I don't know. Mostly
don't know
Heartland.
either.
Mostly Heartland. It's not my favorite. Like, because they just do scene by scene. Whereas at least when we do theater shows, it's the whole thing. You get to see the whole show start to finish. Whereas with filming, you get to see your part. I don't like that so much.
Until it's over.
Yeah.
And then you get to see how they butchered your part.
If you even want to watch it, because I know I didn't watch any of the episodes I was in. No thanks. So because I've been part of the passion play for as long as I have, I guess I just have a really lots of like experience in the theater world. I've ASM'd, I've done costuming and hair and all that fun stuff. Please, if you are ever an ASM, do not take on multiple hats. Because you will just run yourself ragged and you'll want to kill yourself. It's great.
ASMing is a hard enough job on its own without having to do anything else on the side. I ASM for a show when I was in university, and I wouldn't have been able to do literally anything else. Like that was, but it was also a very like crazy show. So but you've told me about your ASM experience. That was also a crazy show. So
It was a crazy show, but I loved we did Women in Black. So we had a very small running crew. Our ASM dropped out like 2 weeks before we opened. So I picked up the ASM hat. I was hair, makeup, costumes, props, little bits of all sorts of other things. So yeah, it's just, how did we ever survive that show, Harold?
Red Bull and cigarettes.
No, paralyzers.
Harold was also a part of that show.
He was sound design and has won multiple awards for that show. So I have to say, I'm very proud of that show for all the work that we put in.
Well, you should be. I
But-
mean, first of all, you survived, and then
We did.
second of all, you got awards for it. So that's pretty good.
But because of the passion play, that was the only reason I was able to ASM that show because
yeah.
we learned tips and tricks. But so that's who we are.
Yeah.